Hi everyone, welcome to the review of the Neptunian Skydiver or Skydiver Neptunian made by Edox. And the first part of the video is going to be vertical. Actual review is going to be horizontal. Have fun. Cheers. Hi everyone, this is Guido Pelagos. Welcome to the Pelagos channel. And today I'm doing something I haven't done for a very long time, and that's review two the same watches actually. I'll put a timestamp in because if you don't want to hear me talk and sigh because of all the walking, you can go straight into the review right there. But to anybody who wants to know, how has he been? What has he been doing? What has he been up to? Well, I live in Ireland right now. You probably heard that. And I live in the beautiful Western Ireland, where you can see very old churches or a little bit of a garden tower or even a castle on an island. Now let's see if I can darkest. There you go. Now, if you look on Castle McDermott, Ireland, you will get a very good picture book of all the pictures that have been taken on better days. But this is typically Irish weather, right? It's rainy, so that's what we're going to do it with today. So that's why I didn't go any other places. There's the dog, Saoirse. Saoirse, want to say hi? She's just like, where's my ball? Where's my ball? So today I want to have a little bit of a chat with you, because I haven't been uploading that much, but I haven't really felt like uploading that much. You know, at one point I just felt when I moved to Ireland from Holland, where everything was stressful, everything was busy every day, waiting at 6:30 in an Amsterdam metro station with 300 other happy people excited to go to work in the cold. So yeah, life was stressful, and there was a lot of stress, a lot of unhappiness, not much love, and a lot of smoking weed at that time. If you see some of my older videos, I was like, how didn't anybody notice? So I've been clean for a long time, and it's been just a treat to live here in Ireland. Now, we're here in Lough, which is Western Ireland. Beautiful place, very touristic actually, but it's a nice drive to get here with the dog and walk here for about an hour or so. And I was thinking, let's make a video about watches again, because I haven't made many videos about watches, but nowadays, and I'm speaking to other people that I have been speaking to for the last couple of years who are not very active. I mean, Matt Stevens, Don Haynes, and some of them already said, you know, I'm not really into watches anymore. I just have other priorities. And I mean, we started in 2010. Now, my my YouTube channel started in 2007, 2008, but my watch stuff started in 2013, I guess, and it was a lot of fun. And at that time, there was no paid reviews, there was no super chats, there was just unboxings and videos that were new to the channel, because nobody made videos about those watches yet, because YouTube was still kind of small. Nowadays, I can't believe how many watch channels there are. So there's so many watch channels, and it's nice if you start a watch channel, you make the same videos as everybody has already made, just with an update. The best watches under €1,000. And every time, it's like every time you hear somebody talk about a Speedmaster, like, oh, the first watch on the moon. Yeah, we know. It's like when you're watching a crime documentary about a crime scene, and they're talking about, and they sprayed luminol, And then they keep explaining, well, luminol is a kind of a substance that shows blood even after cleaning on the walls when you put it on the luminescent light. It's like, yeah, if you don't know what luminol is and you're into true crime, you have no idea. You haven't been paying attention probably, which is interesting because I've heard recently that in Hollywood, they're making the TV series and the films easier, giving away the plot during the film multiple times and making the dialogues really simple, simply because the majority of the people who would be watching the film or the video would be on their phones as well. So it's double screen watching, and to keep the viewers interested and informed during the film while they're using their phone screens, they make it as simple as they can be. Interesting. Not sure if that's a good development, but we're digressing. Look at that, guys. Just see, let me just turn it around because it's the easiest way for you to see there. And welcome to Ireland, a castle on an island. At that castle though, supposedly a girl lived there, was held there by her parents, or by her dad. And she had a lover that swam every night over the lake to her. And one night he didn't arrive because he drowned. And she decided never to leave the castle again. That's the short version. So yeah. Lockheed. Anyway, we were talking about watches. So yeah, you get the same videos all over again every time, and it just at one point it becomes kind of a, yeah, heard that, been there, lost that, lost a t-shirt. And I see, and I must give credits to somebody like Archie Luxury, who is still doing everyday shows. And I guess if I tune in tonight, they'll be talking about Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. Well, I might just make my ultimate Rolex video later, one of these years. Because the whole idea of a two-tone bluesy makes so little sense that if you digest or dissect the idea about it, it's just ridiculous. Because honestly, a golden dive watch doesn't make any sense. And like Rolex as a Swiss watch doesn't make any sense. Made by a marketeer salesman in 1905 who decided to just put production to Switzerland. So it's a Swiss-made watch. It's not a Swiss watch. Even though it's located in Switzerland, it hasn't any origin in Switzerland. Nor does it have any origin with watchmaking, because Hans Willdorf was a salesman. He wasn't a watchmaker. But, you know, what they did best is marketing. And you see it all around. They're the best marketers in the world. Because supposedly they're the most reputable watch brand. Well, today I'm going to see if I can change that for you. While going like, because of the walking. Because I did put on a little bit of weight when I was driving around Europe for 6 months. And I haven't been able to shed it since. But I got my house now in the middle of nowhere in Ireland, in the countryside. Got myself a gorgeous Brazilian woman in my life. Really beautiful, lovely dog. Needs a bit of training, but I think a certain Mr. Goldberg might be able to help me with that a little bit. At least I got some of his books, which are really entertaining and really educating. And I'm just slowly integrating this in her life. But anyway, so today I want to talk about Edox. And I saw the Neptunian Skydiver come by several times, and I really liked this, especially the orange dialed one, because it doesn't have all the numbers on the dial. I really like it. I was like, oh, nice watch, but I've never seen one in the flesh. And it was 1,500 euros. It's like, yeah, Edox, nobody knows Edox. But it is one of the only, or one of the few remaining independent Swiss original watch brands. Edox was made in 1884. It was sold to a family in 1983, Strambini, I think. But it's still independent. And I think that deserves, especially in this time, that deserves respect. My English isn't that good today, I'm sorry. It's not my native language. So, it deserves respect that, you know, still an independent watchmaker who still holds a few records. I'll put that all in the specs video that comes within this video. And I always liked it. I was like, oh, that's a beautiful watch. But I never could get myself to save up money or to buy it. And since the orange Neptunian Skydiver has been continued, they are still available. Less and less, to be honest. So if you like this video and you like the watch and you think about getting one, make sure you're on time. And so I saw the orange one and I was really intrigued by it. It just looked nice. And now, because they've been discontinued, they're going for 1,000 or less. And then I was like, I looked at the specs and I was like, wow, for less than $1,000 or euros, you're really getting a great watch. Now, I'll check what kind of movement they have put in there, which is probably quite tweaked and regulated. I think it was a Salida. I'll check it. But then again, you know, the whole in-house shit. I said it before, in-house movements are interesting when you talk watches for 5,000 euros and up. Anything underneath, a Psycho is in-house, a Citizen is in-house. It's just a sign of the times, because in-house never used to be an issue up until like 10 years ago when suddenly everybody was talking in-house, in-house, in-house. If you ask them, like, so what is in-house of that movement? What is different? They probably won't be able to tell you. So it's all in the head. And, you know, the great thing, if your movement is a sturdy movement like an ETA or a Salida, you can actually get it serviced kind of locally, which is going to save you thousands of euros in the long run, which is a good thing. And yeah, I know, chronometer and everything. Well, you know, if you want to have a watch that's on time every day, get a radio-controlled quartz watch. Or any quartz watch for that matter. Because that has like a 2 seconds a day maximum. Where chronometers are 3 seconds or more. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So, if you're interested to see what the Edox Skydiver Neptunian does, excuse me by the way for my nasal sound, I've been having a cold for the last 10 days. This is one of the first days I've actually gone outside and do some walking. In the rain, of course. But let me show you the watches. So, this is the Skydiver Neptunian. Look at how beautiful that watch is. I just find the dial just absolutely captivating. Beautiful the way the orange goes into the black. And like I said, I will go over to some details later, but it's just a really good looking watch, and I like that there's no numbers on it whatsoever. However, as I decided to want to have a day and a night watch, oh come on, shouldn't have worn this jacket. I have this one as well. This is the green, also beautiful watch. And there's something about a black dial and a dark green bezel that I think is just really, really beautiful. I used to have 2 Christopher Wards, one normal and one GMT. And the normal dive watch was a black dialed, green bezeled Christopher Ward Trident 2 38mm with a wave dial. Absolutely stunning. And I sold it. Probably the biggest watch regret I sold. But I think it is what it is. And I thought about trying to find it again, but I never found it again. Yeah, that was a beautiful watch, but this is a really nice substitute. And even this one, which is still in production, the black one, goes for 1,500, but you can still get it for 1,000 if you look around. And I must say, Edox as a brand, nobody ever talks about it, but it really deserves to be talked about, because they make some really nice watches. I've seen their lineup. They also make some watches I wouldn't really care about at all. But some of them are really nice. And it's a pity that everybody's talking Tudor, Tudor, Tudor. Even though I'm the Pelagos channel, right? And all those other brands that are suddenly Zodiac and whatever. You know, have a look at Edox. They make some really good watches. And they're a true, proper Swiss brands, if that's what makes your dick hard. So, yeah, have a look at them. They're good. But like I said, you know, watches have become a bit of a back burner. Because the thing is, there's always a watch you want. You will never be satisfied. So, you can say, oh, I got this beautiful AP now, and now I'm done. Or I got this particular... And then you'll see another watch that you like. It is what it is. It's a never-ending story, the watch collections. So, at one point, you just got to be happy with what you have. And if you get to a point that you don't really care about, you don't really watch all these watch channels anymore. I do tend to watch watch-related videos and watch channels, simply because sometimes I just really like to. But it's not like a daily thing I do anymore. And especially, I don't really take them seriously. That's the most important point. So, my apologies for the rambling and cutting up the videos and stuff. But I'm still not 100% healthy yet. I don't know what it was, but I don't think I've been that cold and had a cold that bad in the last 10 years. So, just getting some fresh air. And Ireland has been a treat. Like I said, I went from working in a cubicle in an office in an industrial complex somewhere in Amsterdam or Zaandam, being unbelievably unhappy with my life, to selling everything I had, buying a van, driving to the sunset without any idea what I was going to do, ending up in Ireland. I bought a little house, and working from home has been the biggest game changer. For me, all this stuff about companies doing hybrid functions now, it's just a load of crap. It's just probably because the managers want to keep an eye on their people, otherwise they don't feel in charge anymore. But with Zoom calls and everything, as a company, you save yourself a whole building with cleaners, guards, electricity, heating, plants, maintenance, coffee machines. It's just ridiculous. And what they do is make people redundant because of AI, instead of just letting people work from home. I save myself a full work week in not commuting. More, but a month, it's like over 40 hours that I get for free back. My company doesn't have to pay for my commuting. I don't lose time commuting. And we have Zoom meetings and everything's fine. So there's no reason to go back to the office unless you have a function that you need to be at the office. But honestly, how many CEOs go to the office every day to have a meeting? No, they'll do the same. So if you're a company, go full remote and just have a party once in a while that everybody comes together. Or when there's something really important, you can ask people to get to a certain place. You rent a place and you go there for a day or two. That's fine. But the whole idea of offices in business districts and stuff, that is so 80s and 90s. Especially if they're all going so full on HI. Why would you do that? I was rudely interrupted by somebody calling me from another office. With AI and everything, everybody going full-blown AI, just get people to work from home. You know, it's going to save the environment because people don't have to sit in their cars in traffic jams all morning, or at least an hour. It's the 21st century. We're going all digital. Don't make people step in a car or a train overcrowded in the morning just because you want to have them in an office where you can oversee the... You know, nowadays you can, like me, in my work, we just have stats. So you can see my performance. We meet up. They can see what I'm doing on my screen at any given time. So that's the consequence of working from home. You know, you can't hide behind your screen anymore like you could in the office maybe. However, they're probably doing the same in the office nowadays, can they? So just relax and work from home. People. Isn't that nice? Beautiful, beautiful trees here. Welcome to the Western Island. Alright, up to the reviews of the watches. Edox Neptunian Skydiver, or Skydiver Neptunian. So, beautiful Ireland, isn't it? So, without further ado, this is the review of 2 Edox Skydiver Neptunians. Probably one of my favorite watches in my collection at the moment. I've been wearing both of them almost on a daily basis. It's ridiculous. But they're so nice. And if you can rock them, because they're a bit big, 44 millimeters, they are absolutely magnificent. Hi everyone, this is Guido Pelagos, and I took this review for the watches for the Edoxes outside simply because the light is much better than inside. So the Edox comes in a box, piece of carton, you know how it is, and then the box looked like this. Edox Maître Horloger Le Genève depuis 1884. My French is not that good anymore. Edox means the measurement of time. The hourglass, of course, their logo. It's the single, well, it's not the single, but it's a still independent watchmaker since 1884. So that's a long time. And they were bought in 1983 by a family, Strambini or something. The original originator of Edox, I couldn't pronounce his name, so I'll just leave it with that. And they make really good watches. They were not, excuse me, they were not really on my radar. I seen a couple of coming by, but as a independent Swiss watchmaker that is still going strong, I would say, it is actually a very nice brand that needs a lot more recognition. And I'll show you why. Because I got 2 of Edoxi here. I don't know how you say. So, you take off, and then you get all these instruction manuals, whatever. Get that on the side, and you have a box. Nice little box. I know it's mirrored, but you have to forgive me. So, here's this, and then you open the box, and there it is. Beautiful, beautiful watch. Let me see if I can unmirror. I can unmirror this later, I guess. So when you're thinking, what is he talking about mirroring? Forget about it. So this, let me just check if that's possible at all, because otherwise I'm just going to spend a lot of time doing nothing. All right, here's the unboxing. An Edox, and it comes in a box, of course. Nice box, nothing too special. It's plastic box, hard plastic. Comes in an outer box with a piece of cardboard around, like you see so many. So let me just open it, and this is the watch itself. I must say it is a really good looking watch. Ceramic bezel, 60 click bezel. The watch itself, the orange, I must say, is absolutely beautiful. I love the orange. Oop, I didn't clean my nails after the trip to Lockheed. You'll have to forgive me. So this is a beautiful orange dial. You can see that here. The only thing that I would maybe do different is the date window, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's just something that the 6 is kind of thin. I would have enjoyed if the numbers were being a bit thicker, especially since I'm wearing glasses nowadays. To look at some of the stuff, it might have been good. Anyway, who uses their watch to watch the date that much nowadays? Actually, I do. And I even use watches to watch the time. Anybody who says I wear a watch to look good instead of knowing what time it is, in my opinion, is just a fool. Then you don't need to wear it. Especially if it's not like a a dress watch made of gold or anything. So this watch has a helium escape valve. It's got nice polishing, brushed, and like here, if you see the links, it's like brushed and matte. It's got a lovely crown with the hourglass and the measurement of time, the meaning of Edox. It's just a wonderful watch. The bezel action, now I'll have to bezel action is fine. It's a good bezel. I have no quarrels with that. Like I said, I must say the crown, I really enjoyed the crown. The setting of a watch is a true pleasure. It's a big crown. It feels rugged. When you use it, it feels like it has a purpose. It's not some small crown without crown guards and everything. Absolutely brilliant. Now, this watch brand deserves a lot more credit than it normally gets. Not many people have heard of this watch brand, but it's just a very good brand. Like I said, since 1884, individual watch brands, not part of a conglomerate of other watch brands, and they make a really stunning looking watch. Now, this watch has been discontinued. The original price of this watch was around €1,500, $1,500. It's gone down, if you can still get it, for around €1,000, and it comes on the bracelet or on a black rubber strap. Let me see if I can get that nicely in the picture. Just do it like this. Nope. That looks good as well. Really nice. Now, the funny thing about this is that this is aftermarket, because you cannot buy a buckle aftermarket from Edox. You have to buy it from Edox themselves. And the buckle was like 20-25 euros. The strap was about 60 euros. So in total, I paid like 80-85 euros for both. Aftermarket from Edox themselves. If you have to buy this in any jeweler store or strap online store, you're paying 115 euros for the rubber strap alone. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's not like a thick rubber strap, so it's just a piece of rubber, and without the buckle, you're still paying 115 euros. And that's what I've been telling you. Never buy something at the jeweler store unless it's something you buy new and is discounted. Because if you buy a watch for service or want any aftermarket parts, you're paying 100% extra. You're paying 200% of what you'd pay with the retailer or the service station. So always get your watches straight to the watchmaker. And if you buy any separate parts, go straight to the manufacturer if you can. Because the jeweler will just rip you off by putting a stamp on the envelope where they send your watch to the same watchmaker that you're going to send it to for a service. I've said that before, I'll keep saying it again. So let's have a look at the back of the watch. Now, the watch here and that other one is right there. The black dialed green one. Also a beautiful watch. This one is the newer version, which has numbers on the bezel. Also ceramic bezel. Really nicely finished. Same specs as the orange dialed. But here you can see there is more numbers on the dial, and I am such a sucker for a clean dial like this. No numbers whatsoever except for a date window, which is fine, or maybe here in the chapter ring, 1000 meters water resistance. That's fine for me. But there's something I like about black dials with a green bezel. There's something I like about it. There's something magical that I don't see in any other colored bezels. I used to have a Christopher Ward, what was it, second generation Trident, 300 meters water resistance, I think it was a 38 millimeter black wave dialed with a dark green bezel, which I still regret selling because that was a beautiful watch. But this, as a 44 millimeter, I'll be more than happy to wear this any day of the week. I'm actually thinking like this I would wear during the day where the sun shines, and at night I would switch it to this. Just a strange little thing I like to see what I can do with all these watches. Now, the back of the watch is absolutely stunning. I mean, this is one of the nicest case backs I've ever seen in a watch. If it will focus, Come on, focus, you can do it. There you go. You can see Neptune sitting with his trident and his face towards us. It's absolutely beautifully made. This is one of the things I really enjoy about the watch as well. I think it's much more stunning than an open case back, which for a dive watch is kind of weird anyway. And honestly, guys, it's got a Sellita SW200 movement. Oh my god, it's not in-house. No, it's not. Who cares? And you know, the great thing about these movements is they're sturdy, they're reliable, they're accurate, and the best thing is you can get them serviced almost anywhere. So it's going to save you thousands of euros in the future by serving these watches. Now, so this is the one I have. And let me show you. I was so in love with this watch that I saw another one. It's got my endorsement. It's a really, really good looking watch. So, yeah. If you want to have a good watch, something that you can really use and wear, this is a watch that I would say, get it. All right. It's been a long time that I made a video, so I feel I made a bit of a mess of it, but, you know, you'll have to forgive me for now. Maybe in the future there will be other watch videos. There will be certainly other videos, but maybe other watch videos, I don't know. But I'm a bit rusty, and yeah, you'll have to do with what I made today. But just so you know, it's a beautiful watch. That's the most important thing. Thanks. Chatty bye. And I forgot to push the button again. Chatty bye.